Welcome to Burn Survivors on the Rise Part 2. My name is Longina Lojanor. And for this segment, we have...
My name is Ebony Deborah.
I am Tanya Meisenbach.
My name is Taylor.
All these beautiful ladies agreed to come to this platform to share their story with you, the world, and all the other burn survivors that need some inspiration to embrace themselves. So please, watch and enjoy.
I am 37 years old. I am originally from Alabama, but I reside in San Antonio, Texas, with my husband and my 6 children. My burn survivor journey started March 17, 2019, so about 2.5 years ago.
Originally from Pufftown, North Carolina, I currently live in Atlanta, Georgia, and have for the past 27 years. I'm currently 48 years old, and I was 45 when I was burned.
I'm 25 years old and I live in Houston, Texas.
A grease fire started in my kitchen from a pot of cooking oil. The oil caught on fire, flames burst from the pot. I was standing next to the stove, so the flames hit me in my face. They burned me on the front of my face and then also underneath my neck. And somehow in the shock of it all, I knocked the pot of oil on my body, burning my arms and my torso. The ground became slippery. I slipped in the oil, burned parts of my leg and my feet. So I have third-degree burns all down the front of my body, and then the back of my body was used for skin grafts. So my entire back was used for skin grafts as a donor site. The back of one of my calves is a donor site. The back of both of my thighs are donor sites, where they took the skin from those areas and then placed it on the burned skin. And the side of my stomach is a donor site. So I have burns on the front of my body, and then I have donor site scars on the back of my body.
When I was 19 years old, I was in a car accident in Beaumont, Texas. A car hit me from behind and my car immediately burst into flames. I ended up sustaining third-degree burns to 80 to 90% of my body.
You can see the burns on my arms and chest. My face was burned equally as badly, but it is healing well, and I cover it with makeup. But I was burned just sitting outside with my husband a week before Christmas in 2018. My kids were grown. They had just moved out. It was going to be the first Christmas where they were coming home for Christmas. And we had a bottle of wine, and we had this fire pit that you could add grates to and cook on them. Even a rotisserie, you could put a chicken on, sit outside and cook that. So it was big fun. And my husband always loved to have the fire outside of some kind, where always, our whole 17 years until now. But this particular night, we drank some wine. I said, oh, it's about 8:30. We need to eat and get to bed. And I grabbed the steaks and from inside, come back out, reach in to put them on the grate, and at the same time, lighter fluid was squirted that ran on my arms and chest, because I was bending over, and the splatter. I also had this very long hair at the time. This is a wig now, although I do have hair, ladies. I had a long weave in for Christmas. It was the first time I'd worn a weave because my real hair was pretty nice. And it protected, the cornrows protected my scalp and the fake hair. It was really good. They did shave my head, but I'm very thankful to be here today, and I'm very thankful to be able to tell my story.
My scars represent strength. They represent strength that I did not know I had, strength that I did not know I could maintain, because the recovery process is so long and expands over months and even years. sometimes you just get tired. You feel like you can't continue. You feel like you don't have the strength to continue. So when I look at my scars, they represent a strength that I never knew I had and that I didn't know I could maintain. But now that I'm on the other side of recovery, I'm amazed at how strong I am as a person. I'm amazed at the strength of other burn survivors as well. But that's what they represent to me. Definitely strength. Strength that I know I could tap back into if I ever needed to. So I'm kind of not too afraid of what's in the future because I know if it came down to it that I can be strong. Because I've been there, you know.
When I look at myself in the mirror, some days I see strength and beauty, and some days I just see a person with scars all over their body that's been through so much. We're human and we're gonna feel that way regardless. So just try each and every day to wake up and love yourself and have patience with yourself. To me, when I think of my scars, I think of courage, I think of me being brave, and I also think of strength.
The process of embracing my new identity, it took time. It didn't happen overnight. It took a long time, and I still feel like, although I'm 90% there, every now and then I do notice that I'm struggling with certain parts of that. So I'll explain that. But how do I embrace my new identity? I just take it slowly, one day at a time. One day at a time, recognizing that I'm the same person. My personality is the same. You know, all of my gifts and talents and things that I used to like to do are the same. The way I interact with people is the same. I'm the same person. I just have some physical differences in the form of scars. And I embrace my scars because they show that I have conquered something. You know, they show that I have conquered something that was not easy to conquer. And every now and then, like I was saying, sometimes I get a bit of social anxiety. If I'm going in new situations with new people, I'm wondering what they're thinking when they see my scars, because a lot of time, you know, it's not a topic of discussion. They'll see it. They'll probably, you know, have their own thoughts in their mind as to what happened. So every now and then I'll get a bit of social anxiety. But for the most part, my scars are my identity. I can't separate myself from them. I see them every day. When I wake up, they're there. They have become a part of me. And for the most part, I don't think I wouldn't feel like myself without them at this point. I used to not feel like myself with them, but now I don't think I would feel like myself without them.
So now my scars definitely mean strength, perseverance. I'm really proud of being able to come back to a point where I'm okay with how I look. You know, I originally started, my bottom lip was all the way down here. I didn't think that my face had been that badly burned after the incident. I actually jumped up after my husband put me out.
One thing that I learned is to treat everybody with compassion. To treat everybody with compassion, because everybody has gone through something difficult, and we don't know how those situations are playing into their present day. We don't know how those situations are affecting them. And there's many days I would just go out. You know, a normal day I would go out, but for some reason my spirits would be down because of what I had been through. And small positive interactions with people made all of the difference. It made all of the difference.
I am learning every day that you have to wake up every day and choose yourself and accept yourself and just continue to try to live the best life you can. My advice to another burn survivor would be to always accept yourself and continue to choose and love yourself each and every day.
Learning from the experience was that perseverance. You just have to find a way to accomplish what you need and to keep your faith, not question God. He doesn't make mistakes.
Another thing that I learned from my experience as a burn survivor is the fact that time waits for no one. And I have a funny story about that. So when I got burned, I had on a watch on this wrist. And if you can see, there's a patch of skin here that's not burned where the watch was. And so whenever I look down at this arm and I see that patch of skin where the watch was, and then I see the burn surrounding that area, it just makes me remember that time waits for no one. And that if you want to do something, you do it now. And if you have goals, you go ahead and set your goals now and you work towards those goals, because tomorrow is not promised. And it doesn't even have to be goals. It can, if you don't have anything major that you are planning to do, it can be something as simple as spend time with your loved ones and love them now, and absorb being around them and all of the little things about them now, because they might not be here tomorrow, and time waits for no one. And like I said, this watch imprint that's always on my wrist is a reminder to me of that.
I would say it didn't take me long at all to open up and talk about my accident to others. I realized when I would open up and discuss it that it helped me heal.
In my everyday life, I am very aware of how my life changed because of the burns. Every day I wake up and I want to be better than the day before. And honestly, before I got burned, I can't say that was true. I just wanted to get up and live the dream, make the money. There was no compassion or passion about what I did, really. Except being a realtor, I did it like helping people in that way. So this is like being a realtor, even more so though, I get to help people in a different situation, and that's what I want to do with the rest of my life. And that's what being a burn survivor has taught me about my everyday life, is to make it count. Every day is important. It's just helping me. So my message to you is to don't be inhibited by your burns. Do what you want. Carry on as your normal life. Only be sure to make it better, because you know firsthand that tomorrow is not promised. So make every day count, and don't be scared. Don't hide in your house. Do you? You're still in there. This is just makeup and a wig. Your heart's still there, and these are just scars. Doesn't make a difference. That's what I've learned.
When I think about how I embrace my new identity, all I know is that each and every day I pray for strength and guidance from God, just to show me how to stay positive.
That you are not less than, that your value has not diminished or changed because you were burned, that you are not less than anyone else, that you're capable and worthy of everything that life has to offer. And everything that life has to offer is available to you if you believe it.
The biggest challenge was not being able to eat when I got home. And even at the hospital, when I woke up, they wouldn't let me. I couldn't have water because my esophagus, it had atrophied as well, and I could choke. Eventually, I talked them into letting me have ice chips. I was persuasive because they don't normally do that, so don't tell. But I could have a few ice chips because I just felt like I'd die without it. I always drank a lot of water, and only water, so it was very difficult. But
my journey in my everyday life, being a burn survivor, comes up in so many different ways in my everyday life. One of the things that come to mind, first of all, is my children. I'm always telling my children to accept themselves, to love themselves, to be okay with being different, to know that they have strength to push through anything that may seem difficult or challenging, that they're strong enough to get to the other side.
Since my accident, my life has changed drastically. I'm still in the process of recovering and also healing physically and mentally. Talking about my accident in therapy was easy for the most part. I loved having someone there to ask me certain questions that helped me open up and explain and express how I felt.
I learned that there's so many more people out there like me. I knew we were there. I'm a member of the groups, but for a group of women or gentlemen, I'm not sure, to come together like this and be willing to talk and show their burns to help other people. I really think this shows that we're very, very high caliber people, and that the burns just get you even more done. You're ready to really be something in life. And the main message that I want other people to know is to value your life, make every day better than the day before it. Do something that makes that day better. And don't be afraid to show your scars. They're here. They're not going anywhere. They tell my story, and fortunately, I'm still here to tell my story as well. So, it's great. Thank you.
What did I learn from this project? I learned that burn survivors, we can do amazing things if we come together. And I think we can do a lot of good for other burn survivors and people living with scars. And I think any little positive impact that can be made in this world is worth doing. To love yourself as you are and love and accept others as they are, no matter what they look like.
I filmed myself in the dark hair, and I was a little bit more meeker, and I was confident, but a little more meeker, and my head was down. Y'all hold your head up. Hold it up. Be proud. And no matter whatever else you do, once you get to a point where you're feeling okay, you're okay with being seen if you have any scars that you don't want seen. Once you're comfortable with that and comfortable with yourself, the very first thing you should do, or try to do, is reach out to another survivor in need. And you will see the magic happen. You know, we love our scars. They are an indication of how strong we are. And we need to use that strength to help other survivors get through those hard parts. So hopefully you've watched this video and you buy a t-shirt or sweatshirt, because all the money goes to burn survivors in need. And you also reach out, even if you don't think you have anything to offer. Just a kind word. Hey, how are you today? Anything. Reach out. Wear your scars proudly. Don't let them define you, but be proud that they are proof of how strong you are. That's what I've learned. I hope y'all enjoyed this show, and we look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Ladies, thank you very much. Thank you for being the warrior that you are. Thank you for putting yourself out there to inspire other burn survivor to just step out of their comfort zone. I thank you. I love you. Don't stop. Keep going. And you that is watching the screen right now, thank you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to watch these wonderful ladies telling their story. Before I let you go, you have to do two things for me. First, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, and comment. And second, visit our website, www.burnsurvivorsunderrise.com. You get to purchase one of these wonderful hoodies. And remember, all proceed will be used as donation. I thank you once again, and God bless.